Okay, so at this stage, you guys have had some exposure to long form sales pages. You've looked at things in the swipe file. We have you looking through long form copy from the very beginning of your time here in HU2. Now, you've probably picked up on a few things. There's a few commonalities across all the sales pages, but I'm going to give you sort of a rough outline of what typically happens in a sales page, what each section is, and what the purpose is. Now, you need to understand this is a very loose outline. Not all sales pages have all these elements, not all of them have them in the same order. Some have extra elements. It doesn't matter, right? There's a lot of different ways to accomplish the same thing, but all of these sales pages are going to accomplish the same overarching goals, which is they're going to captivate the reader's attention. They're going to shift beliefs and teach new lessons, and they are going to help the reader decide to buy the product if they are sort of a good fit, right? Now I'm going to talk about each section of this outline that I'm giving you. And again, this is a rough outline. I may add things to this in the future. You may pull up the Google Doc that's shared inside the sprints, and there might have additional or less items to be refined. But that being said, these are the main elements of a sales page. And they're the main elements of any long form sales, whether it's VSL, whether it's webinar, whether it's just a condensed version of this in a landing page. There's a lot of different ways to do this, but most of these elements are going to be found basically on all of them. So I'm going to go through each of the elements now. The first part of the sales page is that headline, that first part of the page. And the point of that is to grab attention and basically break the brain of the reader, right? Like they need to see the headline, and it needs to be something that they think about all day long, whether they read the rest of the article or not. Like it has to be something that captivates attention and creates massive curiosity and desire to continue reading the rest of the sales page. To do that, it has to be relevant. It has to be something about them, something about the thing they want. It's got to have some curiosity elements to it. This is where your fascination skills and your ability to understand your avatar come into play. A good headline can make or break a sales page, right? I'm going to be talking about in another sprint how to come up with good headlines, but we know that the headline is that first part, and it's in many ways one of the most important parts of a sales page. The next part, the next third of the sales page of the long form copy is the lead, right? Now the lead is, it's very much like the different types of short form copy that you've experienced so far. It's really going to be very similar to DIC or PAS, right? The point of this is to connect with the reader, help them understand that you understand them, that they're like known, seen, felt, or whatever, right? Like that you can relate to them, you understand their pain. You're going to make big promises about the dream state that you can help them provide. You're going to tease the mechanism or sort of that law of nature that's going to solve the part of the problem that they need to solve to get their dream state. You're going to tease that in a way that makes them want to keep reading. You're going to open loops and create some open-ended intrigue and curiosity here so that they read the rest of the sales page. A lot of you guys ask, like, well, do people really read these long sales pages? They do for curiosities, right? Some people don't read everything. Some people skim, and we'll talk about that in later videos. But a big part of the consumption of the sales page depends on how good your headline is and how good that lead is at connecting with their pain, making big promises, teasing certain things that will be revealed in the rest of the page, and establishing credibility so that they want something, they're curious about something, and they know it's just safe or real enough for them to invest their time in reading, right? Once you've accomplished then the lead, then you go to what's known as the body, or sort of the main part of the sales page. Now the goal of the body is the whole point is to shift their beliefs. You're basically red pilling them on how the world really works, right? They want this dream state, but they can't have it, or they haven't figured out how to have it yet. And it's because they don't understand something about how the world works. There's some beliefs they need to fix. There's some insights they need to have and the path they need to take. The body is going to reveal what they need to do to get their dream state, but not necessarily how to do that thing, right? Another thing that happens in the body is you are going to oftentimes use a discovery story where it's told through the point of your guru or some other person of how they discovered the solution. So it's a chance for you to use storytelling to take the reader on an emotional journey where they get to experience some of the same emotions and discover some of the same things that the guru did as they discovered or came across the solution that they're presenting inside the product, right? So you're going to introduce the guru, you're going to preview. Usually if you're going to be doing storytelling, you don't always have to use a story here, but if you do, you're going to usually like slap them with a height of drama. So the moment where it's most interesting, exciting, or dangerous, you're gonna usually slap that right in front of them. So you open that loop and make them want to read the rest of the story. You show the person's struggles, right? Something with this is you don't want to make the guru look like a loser. You want to make them look like a really good person that just had a problem because of a lack of understanding or, again, a lack of belief or something that you're going to easily solve with a product, right? You don't want to be like the guy was a complete alcoholic and that's why his business wasn't working. No, you want to be like, he was a good guy working hard his business. He just didn't understand how to do credit, for example, right? So you're going to show the struggles. And again, the reader's going to be going along with the guru in the story. And I'm going to talk more about this in the sprint where we break down storytelling in sales pages. But basically, you're going to give them the chance to empathize with the guru. Be like, okay, he's going through something similar to me, maybe a little bit worse. Show the ways they tried to solve the problem but couldn't, kind of to preemptively address some skepticism or alternate paths. You're going to probably show that moment where all seems lost, like it looks like he's going to fail, but then miraculously there's a decision and a discovery moment where he figures out what he needs to do to be successful. Either someone else comes in, he puts in the work and goes and figures it out himself. Somehow, some way he finds a solution. He understands how the world works. He understands this mechanism. He's able to then go and experience the dream state, right? And you're going to give them the story, and usually this discovery story allows them to see how this goes. Like they get to experience the roller coaster of the emotions and get to kind of get a glimpse of what it'll be like when they solve this problem for themselves. With this, again, they should read this part of the sales letter and be like, wow, my life has completely changed. I know what I need to do now. I know what's holding me back. I know what I need to do, but they should have a million questions about how to do it. And they should have some doubt in their ability to do it by themselves. That's how they should, they'll walk in the body excited to learn, and they'll walk out of the body section with their mindset shifted. They'll probably tell all their friends about it for the rest of the day/week. And they'll be eager to figure out how to actually implement the solution to their problem that they just discovered in that body section, right? You're making claims and then you're going to be backing up with proof, like within the story and with other proof elements. Again, that's something I'll talk about more in the body section, but that's what happens in that middle section of the copy. Once you're doing that, then you move to what's called the close, right? Now, the purpose of the close is to introduce the product and to help them make the purchasing decision now that you've amplified their desire, you've reshifted their brain, and you've shown them what they need to do. Now you're going to position the product or service as the vehicle that will help them actually act on and implement that solution, right? So you're going to introduce the product, you're going to show how it taps into the mechanism, you get the dream state, you're going to tease contents, right? This is very important, right? Like you're not going to just reveal explicitly what's on the inside. You want to create massive FOMO and curiosity about what the actual contents are. Like if it's modules or their attributes of the thing, you're going to want to use fascination bullets here and bullet points, right? Like this is where the bullet point comes from to tease that, tease what's on the inside. Like if you go look at the table of contents of any of Dan Kennedy's books, they're just giant fascination bullets. They tell you what's inside, but they also just make you massively curious to actually read what's inside, actually go discover what's there. So they've got massive desire, right? They know about their pain, they know about the dream state. They just reshifted their beliefs. They know what they need to do. So they're pretty on board with purchasing. If you douse that with just if you douse that fire of desire with insane curiosity here at this point, it makes it really easy for them to want to buy, right? It'll drive them over the edge. Then you'll what's called value stack. So you'll show what they have on the inside in terms of how valuable it is, and you'll introduce price. So that's going to allow you to anchor that price. So you're going to say you're going to get all these things for X amount of dollars, right? Then you're going to stack additional value with bonuses. Usually we say, and that's not all, you also get X, Y, Z. You've seen this in like late night infomercials. The reason they do that is because it works. You can do it tactically. But what happens is, and I'll cover this more in detail in the video, but in the other sprints, but once you set the price for the main contents and then turn around and stack bonuses on top, they see that as pure profit, value profit in their brain. They're like, okay, I'm paying this much I'm paying, let's say $397 for this much value, but then he's stacking on an extra $1,000 of value after that. It's all pure, like the rest of that is just pure profit they're getting for free in their mind. It's just how human brains work. It helps them make decisions. So you definitely do that. Video also in the close, you'll probably introduce a guarantee or a risk reversal or the lack thereof, right? You're going to do, again, at this stage, we're just trying to pull some of the levers to make this decision as easy as possible. One of the ways to do that is to reverse risk with a guarantee. This is where you would do your guarantees. Also, this is where you want to hit scarcity or urgency, right? If it's real and if it's available, you're going to say there's only a limited number of slots / products, slots / actual inventory, or this is going to end. I'm going to not give away the bonuses. I'm not going to sell this product after X date, right? You want to add some urgency. And then there's a bunch of different ways, different closes. I'm a big fan of the 3-way close. You probably do that a lot. So you'll present them with the 3 paths to have. You can either go back into the world and stay blue-pilled. You can try and figure it out by yourself and take 10 or 20 years, or you can just buy this product and get the dream result as quickly and easily as possible while avoiding all the problems, right? And then you're going to dump the testimonials. Oh, also, yeah, down here is like above, like once you actually tease the product, that's typically when you drop the testimonials and then you introduce the price. And then at the end, it's really common to just dump insane amounts of testimonials at the bottom so that the social proof gives them a little more certainty that this is going to work for them. Anyways, like I said, these are rough elements. There's a lot of different ways that people do this. There's no one right way, but you need to accomplish these sort of psychographic or psychological outcomes that I've defined here for each of these sections. How you do it and where you put the Lego pieces on the inside isn't as important. So this is the rough outline. This is roughly what you're going to see in the sales pages you look for. This is roughly what you're going to include in the sales pages, BSL. Again, any type of long form copy that you do for your clients. And again, this is rough. This will be updated. This will be refined as time goes on. I'll probably redo this video too. Anyways, go over this list, compare it to some of the sales pages that you've got in your swipe file that you looked over, see what they do, see what they don't do, see if there's any additional things. Use this as kind of a general guide to what has to happen in long form copy.